This is another practice soldering kit that I've purchased from AliExpress, costing just £2.17. So let's look in the envelope and see what I got for my money. Inside here we have a line following robot kit, and inside this bag we have all of our components, so let's have a look. First thing is we have some motors with some attached gearboxes, so they'll be quite nice. We have a bag of components and a battery box. So this is taking 2 AA cells, so it'll be a 3-volt product. We also have our instruction sheet, and nestled in the center, we can see our PCB here. So this has some silkscreen on one side, and on the reverse, we have some contacts and some more silkscreen indicating where everything goes. If we take a quick look at the instruction sheet, the first thing we'll notice here is that it's actually just a giant ring here with a 15mm track, and that's actually the track we're going to use to test our robot once we have it soldered together. On the reverse side, we have some instructions in Chinese that I can't read. We have a list of components and a schematic diagram if you'd like to look at that. There's a couple of QR codes here. I haven't scanned them, but by all means, feel free to do so. I'm going to keep this track safe because we're going to need it to do the testing at the end. So we have a little bag of components here. Let's see what's actually in this part as well. Well, first thing I'm noticing are these 2 large wheels. And there's some nice rubber tyres here to go around them, some sort of O-rings. Give it a bit more grip, so that's going to be nice. There's some wire here, so we'll see what we might need that for as we go through. And I'm just going to shake out the rest of these components carefully, make sure we get all of them. Okay, so there's lots of resistors here. So good to start with, plenty of resistors. We have some variable resistors, potentiometers here, so they'll be allowing us to adjust certain things. 2 capacitors. Also have some hardware, so we have a bolt here and some nuts for fixing it to the PCB. A couple of screws, which are almost certainly going to be used for attaching the wheels to these gearboxes. A power switch, very nice to be able to turn it off. Some LEDs, a couple of red ones, and a couple of clear ones, so we'll see what colour those are when we actually have the robot assembled. 2 of the important features here, we have these light-dependent resistors, and these allow, in combination with the LEDs, for the robot to determine if it's on a bright or dark part of the paper, so where it is on the track. So we'll use those. A couple of transistors here to drive the motors, and then we have a socket, and we also have a chip here. So let's see if we can make out what it says on there. And that seems to say to me LM393, I think, and use that to determine the directions. Okay, so this is all promising. So while I've been chatting there, my soldering iron has been heating up as usual. And we can go ahead and start assembling our PCB. Okay, I've left these really long, and I'm not going to trim them on this side just yet because they may need some level of adjusting. But I think we're now ready to go ahead and test our robot. So let me just pop everything I don't need on the blue sheet for a moment. The last thing we need to do here is to install our chip. And if I just check the legs on there and give them a slight bend on the table, hopefully that will go in quite smoothly. Oh, we have bent one of the legs there. So just pull this back out again and straighten that out very carefully and try again. I need to make sure that's nice and flat and make sure it's lined up properly in the socket. Okay, much better. Okay, so our chip's in. So let's get everything we don't need on here. I'm just going to turn the soldering iron off just for safety while I do this. And I'm going to shove this towards the back. I do have some AA batteries to hand, so we can pop these in here. Just making sure the switch is off there, but I don't know if it's actually round the right way, so that'll be interesting. So one battery's in, not really very well in actually, and then oops, try and get this in as well. There we go. So a bit loose here. Maybe I didn't tighten down this wheel enough. I was worried about stripping the threads, but okay. So it's going in one direction. So it's obviously getting power. Should we try it on the mat in case it actually needs... Oh, there we go. Oh. So there we go. It just goes in one direction by default, but you can see it's perfectly happy following this. So let's pick it. Oh, let's pick it up and see if it will go the other way. It's much less happy going the other way, but it is doing it. So that's interesting. Let's see. Is there? Yeah, there's a bit too much wobble in this wheel here. So if we just try and tighten up. And I wonder if actually it might be rubbing slightly here. I think I've put this side a little too far back. So let's try and... Yeah, this one's much more wobbly than the other side. So I'm not so convinced about the gearbox on this side. Don't want to strip this. I do worry that I might have put it a little bit too far back and it's rubbing here. But let's try that again. Whoops. Oh, there we go, much smoother. So it's now able to go in that direction. And if we just pick it up for a second, turn it around, and it's happily going in that direction as well. So there you go. That's a nice little line following robot project. And I hope you found this interesting, and I will see you in the next video.